Hey guys, MD Prepper here, talking about more of the Bear Grylls Gerber line of quote survival items. This one is the scalp knife. Don't know why it's called a scalp knife. I just call it a basic folding pocket knife for general purpose. Nice little blade, nothing wrong with it for the price, but don't get in your mind that everything in the Gerber Bear Grylls line is for ultimate survival or anything like that. This is just a basic pocket knife. Now, I'm not going to knock this. I think this is fine. I've actually carried this a little bit just to try it out. Have no major issues with it at all. Retails at about $20 or so. The prices come down. They were about $25, but this is still worth $25, I think, overall for what you get. Very lightweight at 2.4 ounces. So if you're not used to carrying a bigger, heavier knife, very lightweight for a decent-sized blade here overall, other than your little peanut old-timer pocket knives that your grandpa used to carry. For a serious use blade, for the price and the weight, this is perfectly decent. Stats on this, like I said, 2.4 ounces, 3.3 inch blade. Only complaint that I have about this is half serrated and half plain edge. I personally prefer a plain edge, though I have carried serrated. I've carried serrated for years and years. Probably got just as much serrated carry time on me as I do plain edge, but overall I like the plain edge better. If you're heavy use, sharpen it up. But for a guy who doesn't know much about knives, if you're going to get this as a gift for somebody who just thinks the survival shows out there are cool, you know, I think this is a decent idea. I don't have a problem with that. Who cares if it's emblazoned with Bear Grylls on it? If it gets guys to carry knives more, I'm for it. I'm shocked at the number of people who don't carry pocket knives anymore. My aunt, who's in her late 50s, ran into a guy in his probably early 40s, late 30s. She was working with a while back, and she said, "Oh, well, let me borrow your pocket knife for a second. I need it for something." And he looked at her with the most stunned look ever, going, "A knife? I don't have a knife. Why would I have a knife?" When I was growing up as a kid, every boy had a pocket knife on him, even at school. Now, you didn't pull it out, even though they were not allowed to be had. We all had them. Everybody knew we had them. The teachers knew. The principals knew. Nobody was going to pull a knife and stab anybody. There was nothing like that. Everybody had a knife, because a knife is a practical tool. So, if something like the Bear Grylls line gets somebody into carrying a knife every day, I'm all for it. I don't care how flashy it is, or if it's not the best knife in the world. Yes, my Spyderco Tenacious is better, but I don't care. Philosophically, get people carrying again, get them used to carrying blades and using them. That's a good thing. So, I think this is a great intro to that. I'd say there's probably more people who are fans of survivalism than are actually into it to a certain extent. Open the door for them. Why not? Get them this knife for a gift. That's fine. Get them something a little flashy, a little bling. Nothing wrong with that. I don't mind the blaze orange. I think that's fine, especially if you drop your knife out in the woods and need to find it again, or drop it in a stream or something like that. The rest of the stats on this thing, because I've rambled on enough, it does have dual thumb studs either side. Your lock's back here in the rear, which some people prefer. I'm neutral too. Thumb stud opens fairly smoothly. Again, thumb studs are on either side there. You can see that. No wobble on the blade at all. Very nice. Got Gerber on it, and obviously the Bear Grylls signature. Fits the hand very well. Little choil there for your hand. It's got some jimping on the back side of the plastic and on the blade, if you see that there. I am not a huge fan of jimping, if you've seen my other videos, but, you know, whatever. Maybe you are. I don't care. Not a hit against it. Just don't think it's necessary. Other stats on this. Closed, it is 4 inches closed and 7 inches opened overall. So there you go. Opens very nicely. Maybe not as nice as my Spyderco Delicas, but well enough. Perfectly decent for about a $20 pocket knife. Decent thick bladed folder. You're not going to baton with this or anything, but you wouldn't want to anyway. For general purpose day-to-day and even general purpose camping, this is going to be fine. There's nothing wrong with this blade. Also has a tip-down pocket clip there for tip-down carry. Obviously says Gerber on it. The grips, let me comment on, are excellent. Probably the best part of all of the Bear Grylls line are these rubberized grips that most of their items have. All the blades seem to. Very nice. Going to handle excellently if wet or bloody or sweaty or whatnot. I like these. I just really do. I think it's a nice addition, especially for the price point. Similar knives at this price are not, your Walmart brands and all that are not going to be able to offer this kind of grippiness. So I like that a lot. This blade fits the hand of an average sized guy very well for general purpose. If you're going to be using this for woodworking or whatnot, it's going to do okay. It's not going to do heavy work like a Mora, but cutting rope, stuff like that, with your serrated edges, whatnot, day-to-day use, I think this is a great blade. I'd buy this for anybody for general purpose. So, like the rest of the line, they do come with this little properties or priorities of survival little guide. So, thought I'd mention that. So, 20 bucks for a basic little folder to get somebody new into prepping and or just carrying a knife every day. I'd be fine with this. If I had a teenage kid who was wanting to get into things but never thought of carrying a knife and liked the show, sure, I'd probably go with this. Or anybody else. Decent little gift you can pick up just about anywhere. MD Prepper, out.